Olá, caros amigos do canal. Voltamos a trazer um pouco mais de Jim Caviezel, pois ele tem um testemunho muito interessante sobre as suas experiências durante as gravações do filme Paixão de Cristo. Já trouxemos uma pequena parte deste testemunho do ator em um vídeo desta semana, mas agora vamos trazer um trecho mais completo e específico, onde ele descreve a cena da crucificação. Este testemunho de Jim aconteceu em uma entrevista com Dave Cooper, na The Rock Chart, ou na tradução livre, a Igreja da Rocha, na Califórnia, e neste testemunho de mostra o quanto foi enorme a sua entrega ao personagem, inclusive espiritualmente, o que fez do filme o grande sucesso que é, até os dias de hoje. Logo após o testemunho, traremos apenas um exemplo de uma cena que mostra o que ele passou ao interpretar Jesus na cruz, ainda dentro da fala de Jim na entrevista. Este vídeo é bem simples, mas ele mostra que, quando você tem um propósito de luz em sua vida, ela se torna grandiosa e abençoada por Deus. Antes de passarmos para o vídeo, convidamos você a já deixar um like, inscrever-se no canal e ativar a notificação, ou faça parte desta família que estamos construindo aqui no canal, beleza? Agora, meus caros amigos, vamos passar para o vídeo, depois da nossa vinheta.
At the end of the movie, when I was on the cross, my body's blue. There was no makeup. My body was actually blue. Wow. Between takes, as I'm here, they would take me down, and every time my shoulder was locked in, there was a 1,000-foot cliff, and it would hit the cross and would snap my shoulder out of joint, and I was just beyond. And at that point, I was so sick that it would be ripped out, and I honestly, I could barely feel it anyway. I was so gone, but something was wrong with my heart. And the man put a stethoscope on my heart, and he said, "Mel, he can die." And at that point, you know, Mel, some of the greatest things about Mel Gibson was that he was a gambling man. And he said, "Jim, what do you think?" And I said, I'm going, between me and God, this is between me and God, because I never thought I was good enough.
Wow.
And at that moment, it was, I'm ready to go home. So you can take me here, there's no problem. But I knew if I died making this movie, I knew that so many people would be saved.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, I was walking up the mountainside. As I got up about halfway, everybody's in location. About 250 people. About halfway up, I felt this presence come over me, an evil presence, and it was, "You're a dead man." And I remember thinking, this is the best news. This is where I was. This is the best news I've ever had, because I know if I die, I'm going to heaven.
Yeah.
I got to the top. About the fifth take, the clouds were so low, the thunder and lightning was the sound of a howitzer. It was so powerful that you could feel the earth move.
Yeah.
And I saw two people that were about as close as these two are to me, and their eyes were looking up and they were watering like they were going to cry. And my hair, I couldn't feel it, and I heard a huge gasp in the audience because they saw something, and I couldn't hear anything. It was like an eye of a storm. If you're in the eye of the storm, your hair could be blowing, it could be 30-knot winds, and I never heard the wind blowing. It was silence. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this light came right down from heaven and lit me up. What people witnessed was an illumination around my body and a fire on the right and left side of my head. And for one moment, I was looking at myself outside my body.
You got struck with lightning.
I was struck by lightning.
Yeah.
And there were three groups of people. Pastor Miles mentioned that, asked me this yesterday, was it true there were a lot of people that were very indifferent about being extras in the movie? I said, yes, tremendous amount. In fact, there were three groups of people, and there were the believers, and there were the non-believers, and there were the fence riders. they're the ones that are very indifferent about it. 2 of those are bad decisions. But what was amazing is that people who think the fence riding think that that's not a choice. It is a choice. You are fence riding, and that is a decision that one is making. And but when I was hit, everybody fell on their face.
Amazing.
The ground shook.
Yeah.
And from that point, that was the last shot of the movie. Left shoulder. Left shoulder. Ah.